Hi everyone, this is Elma Batres coming to you from Discover Church all the way in Melbourne, Australia. Last Saturday, Pastor Steve Chocolanti spoke on dating and love. Now, I personally believe that is one of the best messages I have heard on the topic. It was powerful and it was really timely, and I'm sure it's going to bless you. Now, you may be young and you are praying for a wife, and I believe this message is right for you. It is going to give you some principles, and it's going to give you some timely, practical advice that you can take as you go, on dating. You may be older, like myself, and have already a wife and children. And can I encourage you for you to take this message and share it with your children? Share it with a friend, or maybe a member of your family, or maybe just give it to a young guy in your local church that you believe is going to be blessed by this message. Thank you so much. Thank you for being part of our YouTube channel. Thank you for being part of Discover Church Online, and I hope to see you around in the near future. God bless.
I think love is one of the greatest gifts of God to mankind. And you want a life that's filled with love. And if it is, you're going to have strong families. You're going to have strong people, healthy, psychologically healthy, spiritually healthy people. You're going to build strong families, and that's going to build a strong nation. So one of the ways that the devil is undermining entire nations is to attack the very foundations of love. I think there are at least two foundations of love. And I'm not talking about, you get it born again and know Jesus Christ. I'm assuming that you're listening, you're at church, you are born again, you're a Christian, you love God, you know the leading of the Holy Spirit. So we're not talking about that, we're just practical foundation. Number one, first foundation is the world has a purpose. You have to believe this whole creation has a purpose. We're back to Genesis. That is important to living a sane life. The reason people are depressed and going insane, and that literally they're mentally ill, and it did not used to be this way. We couldn't afford to be mentally ill. We had to work. We had to feed ourselves and our family. But now people can just sit, collect money, go get counseling, and I don't begrudge you. If you are in that situation, I'm not picking a fight with you. But I'm saying there was a time when nobody got any counseling. Psychology didn't even exist. And people were generally healthier, happier, and had better relationships. And one of the things that has attacked the very foundation of a good life is the idea of evolution. That everything is by accident. There is no purpose. Everything is random. There was a big bang, and molecules are just knocking at each other, and somehow through random process, against the law of entropy, which is the second law of thermodynamics, against all science that we know, matter, dumb matter, became roses and petals and deer and rhinos and men and women. These dumb atoms just organize themselves into these amazing conscious beings, highly skilled with musical abilities, poetry, longing for eternity, longing for love. It's just dirt, just organize itself. Well, it never happens. But because a lot of people believe that, then no matter what you teach them about relationship, there is really no foundation for love. We're not in a loving environment. We're in a death cult. We're in survival of the fittest. We're in a dog-eat-dog world. And if I manage to acquire more resources for myself, then I'm going to survive. I'm going to be happy. And if that involves hurting other people and killing other people, well, so be it, because that's the way of evolution. That makes for a very miserable relationship. And you can give them all the tips and all the advice, but nothing will change. You have to know the world was created by a loving, intelligent God. And there is a purpose to this world. And one of the purpose, we know that the purpose is to know God and worship God. Okay, that's the Christian answer, sure. Okay, but one of the purpose, if we're just talking practically, because you know that as Christians, but practically speaking, how does that benefit your day-to-day relationship? Well, Earth is a training school. Earth is training school for something much better. So things here are pretty important, but they're not permanent. This is not the be-all and end-all. And if we get this right, something much, much better is our reward. That creates a whole different mindset in how you wake up in the morning, how you approach life. Every moment, every day is filled with a purpose for you. It's been given to you as a gift by a God of love. And in the little things that you do, even if it seems like, well, my wife didn't notice, my husband didn't notice, why am I feeding the baby at 2 o'clock in the morning? Why am I taking care of the baby and the husband's not really cooperative? But in all that, you realize that God has a purpose for that. And you're going to be rewarded for every labor of love. Everything that you've done is not just like in Buddhism, nobody knows. Nobody knows. You're collecting karma. You're collecting karma on whose account? Where's the ledger? Where's the bookkeeping? Who's paying attention? Well, nobody. So how is this going to be met out and calculated correctly? Well, I hope it does. I hope evil people get punished and good people get rewarded. Do they? Well, no, they don't. So what are you believing in? Fiction. Made up stuff to just cope with life. That's what it is. A lot of religion is good teaching, partly true, to help me get through another day. And the Thai way of saying that is, no matter what bad things happen, we just say, plong sa, plong. That's just, you just accept it. Because there is no God in that mentality. No one's watching, and I'm fighting for myself on my own. It's very tiring. Okay, so the first foundation of love, I know it seems very basic for all of you, but the first foundation is that the world itself has a purpose. And that means you enter a place that has been prepared for you to live out a purposeful life.